What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mommy Suna.
It's Bieber or die.
And this is the second time I'm trying to film this video. Mom life really seriously got in the way of me filming this yesterday, so we're trying again today. First of all, I want to say that if you want like more of kind of an explanation of how we got here to this place, more of like the events that happened before all the shit we're about to watch today, go to Isabella Lanter's channel. She's amazing and she's so sweet. You know, last time I said that a creator was sweet, they ended up just talking shit about me at the end of their videos and then getting themselves canceled. So hello, Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart's here, everybody. No, but Isabella is actually sweet, like genuinely sweet. Stop hitting my microphone. Stop. Sorry. But Isabella Lanter has a wonderful YouTube channel. She's a wonderful human. So I feel good about saying that she's a genuinely sweet person. The only group chats she's in are ones of love. I swear to God, if I move this microphone one more time and you push it again, Pop-Tart, Pop-Tart, Pop-Tart. Eat your Pop-Tart, She is purring. She doesn't usually like to be held. Love you. Oh, she's done purring now. Anywho, yeah, Isabella has a lot of videos on pharmacy at this point, but also so do I. I did a video where one of you guys sent me pharmacy products, and full disclosure, we're going to be talking about pharmacy today, and I am someone who has used many pharmacy products. And then Isabella has tried it too. She had someone send her stuff too, and both of us have done deep dives on the company. Isabella and I are both pretty well versed in pharmacy as far as MLMs go, so we kind of know what we're talking about. Long story short, back in April, Isabella Lanter made a video deep diving into pharmacy. Towards the end of the video, she did like a react to this girl that we're talking about today. Now again, as usual, I'm not gonna show her face. I'm gonna blur out her name and all that stuff, because here's the thing. The anti-MLM community is so diverse at this point that I feel like I can only speak for myself. But for me, when I do reaction videos, it's not a personal thing. Like, I don't know these people. That's why I blur their face, because it's irrelevant. I blur their names because it's irrelevant. What is relevant to me in the content that I make when I'm reacting to videos like this is, what is this person saying? What forms of manipulation are being used? What are they lying about? What do they have to gain? You know, that kind of thing. It's not a personal thing. I believe that MLMs are the problem, not the people within them. Because even when people are pulled into these companies and then end up being successful, they're still victims because someone did lie to them. Someone did manipulate them into joining. Now, of course, the victims then turn into the victimizer. Is that a word? You know what I'm trying to say. But the companies, the business structure, the multi-level marketing business structure is, at the end of the day, what causes these people to involve themselves the way that they do. The system requires them to use the kind of tactics that they do to get them to join their team and therefore make them more money, all those things. So, no, it is not personal. I think we just highlight the huns that are more vocal on social media, because those are the ones that generally have a bigger audience of people that can be manipulated by them. So by taking what they're saying, their arguments, I'm not talking shit about them as a person. I'm talking shit about their arguments, their logic, and the main goal is to keep people from joining multi-level marketing companies by presenting them with, hey, if you see someone on social media saying these things and acting this way and blah, blah, it's because of this. This is what they gain out of it. Here's why it's manipulative. Here's why it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So I have to preface this whole thing with that. So that being said, I think Isabella, for the most part, would also agree with what I just said, because in her video, this hun that we are about to showcase here blurred out her face, didn't say her name, none of that stuff, because again, the video was about pharmacy. It was not about her. Well, this pissed her off. Not Isabella, the hun. Let's see. We should give a name to the hun. Let's call her Valerie. So Valerie has a husband in law enforcement, and she used that to, I mean, I would say essentially threaten Isabella. Her husband was like, I'm gonna get you because you're bullying my wife. You're cyberbullying my wife. And it's like, no, she wasn't. She blurred out her face. Like, it wasn't about her. She tried to make the whole situation about her, and it's not about her. She's just a very small piece to a larger puzzle. Anyway, Valerie exposed herself all over Isabella's comment section. Her identity was out there at that point. Like, she's the one who put her identity out there for others to find her. So So flash forward a few months here. Valerie posted on Instagram a post that I'm going to share with you here. And also, just to point this out, I'm going to just read the caption. This is by Anti-MLM Movement on Instagram. They reposted what Valerie posted on her Instagram. And here's the caption and the hashtag she used. She just said, I just roll my eyes at this point. Hashtag scam, hashtag anti-MLM, hashtag network marketing, cult, girl boss, extra money, false claims, fake, scammers, recruiters, recruiting, pyramid scheme, and then the girl's name and marketing scam. And then here's the post. Society teaches us to work for 40 hours a week, $20 an hour equals $800, 1 year equals $41,600. When you can be with pharmacy and hustle 10 sales a day, 5 days a week, $40 commission / PV equals $2,000 a week, plus a 25% pay raise bonus, $2,000 extra monthly, 1 year equals $120,000. Now, I think most of us in the anti-MLM community will see this and go, that is a fucking unrealistic, ridiculous expectation to set. That's the whole post. And guess who got really mad? Yeah, Valerie did. She went on her Instagram story and then posted something that I can't find anymore because I'm pretty sure, and I might be wrong about this, but I think Nikki from Small Anti-MLM Angel had reposted it, but then she must have deleted it because I can't find it now. The gist of it was Valerie went on her Instagram and said something along the lines of, they're sad people, blah, 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 blah. Then of course it got reposted because that's ridiculous. Again, like I was saying earlier, let's make this all about me. All right, Valerie, it's all about you. No, and like I said before, yeah, it's not personal. It wasn't personal when Isabella did it. Now, what I will say, I would have handled this a different way because, you know, despite the fact that this person at this point, they're so high up in pharmacy that, you know, she has a lot of followers, you could probably consider her a public figure at this point. So really, there isn't much covering her ass as far as like anti-defamation and stuff like that. There's a certain point when someone just becomes a public figure. With huns and MLMs, for the most part, I think it is a pretty gray area because in these companies, they are treated like celebrities. It is the fucking strangest thing. You always hear the huns being like, oh, I found my Royal Crown diamond at convention and I got a picture with her. I can't believe it. It's like, that is so weird. But they do that shit. Like in Monet, there are people high up that people like fucking bow down for. But in the grand scheme of things, like, it's not like there's actual celebrities. I don't know who any of them are until they pop up on my timeline and I'm like, oh, look, another hun. But that's all they are to me. It's just, oh, it's someone else in an MLM. Look at that. And full disclosure here, I do want to address that there have been a few videos where I didn't blur the hun's face and I regret it. I wish I had. Most of my videos, I have done that. Mostly for privacy reasons, but also, like I said earlier, it's just unnecessary, really, to be showing their faces anyway. Really doesn't matter. That contributes nothing to the points that I'm making while I'm talking about the things that they're saying while I'm reacting to their videos. That all being said, Valerie got tagged in this post by Anti-MLM Movement. So that's the part I disagree with. I'm like, you're kind of just inviting drama at that point because clearly this person, like after what they did to Isabella, after she posted her video, it's like, dude, this girl is ready to throw down. Like, she's not gonna just like shrug it off her shoulders and leave it and be like, whatever, I don't care about the haters, which, spoiler alert, and what we're about to go through, she posted a over 10-minute long video or a story on Instagram after all this went down. So, you know, you can sit there and say that the haters don't bother you, but it seems a little bit different when you go on Instagram stories after that and talk about the haters for 10 minutes on an Instagram story. Like, that's a lot. We'll watch that in a bit. Anyway, I don't necessarily think that this was handled correctly. Peace and love to Anti-MLM Movement. Some people would disagree with me and say, well, we should call them out. I don't know. To me, it's just like, if this is about education, it should be about the things they're saying and not about the actual person. I get being like, you need to answer for what you said. A lot of people think that too. Every time I blur the huns' faces, I always have comments of people being like, I wish you wouldn't blur the faces. I get it, and I get where you're coming from, but to me, it just doesn't contribute to the real message. And most huns, if you tag them in something to be like, answer for your shit, they go on the defense. They all say the same thing. It's literally like we always say, they're like cult members. They are brainwashed, and we have to acknowledge that. You can't just talk someone out of having these beliefs. This is usually something that people have to find out for themselves. They will not leave until they have the epiphany for themselves and go, oh my God, I've been scamming people. I've been manipulating people. I've been lying to people for the past however many years. I need to stop this. I'm a better person than that. And unfortunately, it doesn't happen enough because money talks when you're making a shitload of money at the top of these MLMs off off of the losses of others, hey, that money's in your pocket now. Why stop? Because money controls the fucking universe. Anyway, you guys see what I'm saying. So, and then on Nikki's post, Valerie was in the comments arguing with people. I was one of them. I was talking back to her along with a lot of other people. So she was engaging with a lot of people in those comments, honey, which again, I think that might be why that post got deleted, because it just really turned into a shit fest, man. It was bad. Just a lot of lies and finger pointing and manipulation and all this shit. I think people ended up kind of getting triggered by a lot of things, and yeah, it was just not a good situation. So I can see why Nikki probably deleted it for that reason. Again, I'm assuming it was Nikki. I'm pretty sure it was Nikki, but I don't remember. But yeah, so this triggered her enough to feel like she needed to go on her Instagram story, and that is what we are going to watch now, because it's a shit fest. I know I've been talking for a long time, but I just remembered I forgot to tell you all to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because that helps the algorithm. So if you think you're subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube unsubscribes everyone from me all the time. And with that being said, let's hop into the video here of all the shit she said. All the things she said on her Instagram, Sorry, I'm just like fucking with my speakers. All right. First here we have take a deep breath. No matter how hard things seem right now, you can and will get through this. Yeah. Being on the other end of cyberbullying in the anti-MLM community, yeah, is really, really hard. You know, it's really not that hard to just, like, if you really don't care about the haters, here's an idea. Fucking don't engage with them. It's easier said than done when people are tagging you and stuff, but fuck it. Whatever. And honestly, if she had just posted this, to me, I'm like, okay, then she's human. This got to her a little bit, but she's gonna be okay. No, she did not just leave it at this. Next post here, she says, when the anti-MLMers find your account again, as if an entire YouTube video about me wasn't enough. Again, so what she's referring to here is Isabella's video, in which she obviously was not the main focus of the video. And it reminds me, like, I feel like the Huns do that. Okay, it goes back to the Huns always make everything about themselves all the time. When I did my first paparazzi video like 2 years ago, I used some snippets from a podcast that a paparazzi Hun was making and interviewing other high-ranking paparazzi Huns. And it was like in the middle of the video for a few minutes, but the whole video in and of itself is like 40 minutes long. So this Hun got really mad and wanted to take my video down. So she copyright striked it. I guess little did she know that YouTube sent me a copy of her complaint. So I got to see everything that she put into the complaint. Her complaint was that I was using her copyrighted work, being her podcast that I was using in like 5 to 10 second clips of, and then commentating on, clearly fair use. And then it said, like, I have a whole video about this, by the way. It's really funny. You should look it up. Maybe I'll put it in the description if I remember. But she said in the complaint that I had used her copyrighted material throughout the entire video, to which obviously myself and YouTube was like, no, she didn't. This is fair use and we're not gonna do anything about it. So like, thanks YouTube for sticking up for me and having my back and not just believing what this Hun said. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Like, again, okay, yeah, it's the entire video. Okay, that's exactly what this girl's doing here. Like, Isabella made a whole video about me. No, she didn't. Isabella spent like minutes and minutes and minutes talking about pharmacy and the compensation plan and like all this other shit, and then reacted to you at the end. Like, oh, an entire YouTube video? Yeah, because the world revolves around you, Valerie. Anyway, do scam companies exist? Absolutely. I've been with them and was scammed. Okay, so I don't know this girl's story much. I just know what I've been told by a few other people and then also what she posts in the story here, but she had been with other MLMs before, either 2 or 3 of them, I can't remember, and I don't know exactly which ones. But here's the thing. Here's what's different about pharmacy in realistic terms, is that pharmacy has only been in the United States for about 2 years, I think a little over 2 years at this point. They came to the US in 2019, and this girl joined in 2019, literally like a couple months after they had launched. So, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Timing is everything in MLMs? That's right, fuck, yeah. Okay, so she got in early. Not only did she just get in early on the ground floor of a new company, pharmacy has been in Turkey, in Europe, in like a ton of other countries for years now. It is well established in many other countries. So, I mean, it was a shoo-in. She was pretty much almost guaranteed to be more successful than anyone who would join pharmacy today. She doesn't acknowledge that. She doesn't admit that. She says that pharmacy is different because look at me, I'm making money now. Clearly pharmacy is different. No, it's not. The compensation plan is so similar to every other MLM. Now, what I will say about pharmacy is that they give a 50% commission, which is high for an MLM, but the products that they sell are very cheap. It's like if you buy an eyeliner for like $8 or whatever, you're gonna get a $4 commission. All of that aside, I'm like, what are they putting in this makeup? You know, if they're able to, first of all, essentially have drugstore prices and then also pay their distributors 50% commission. And then obviously, if I make a sale and Valerie's my upline, she's gonna get a chunk of that too. So I get the 50% commission from the sale and she's gonna get a commission from my sale too. That's how these huns always make money, dude. That's how they make the riches. You gotta have a team. So with all the money that it takes, the markup on these products must be so fucking high, like hundreds and hundreds of %, because how else would they be able to be paying all of their people? And then of course that just makes me question. Obviously some of the products I used weren't that great, but I did like a few of them. I still use some of the lipsticks one of you guys sent me. I think it's more so I just like the color of it, and it goes on fine. Like, it's fine, but I use it still because I like it. I like the color of it. Would I buy it? No, because I don't want to support a multi-level marketing company financially, but hey, since you guys sent it to me, I'm gonna use it. Anyway, there's just a lot of questions I have, and I don't understand how pharmacy in particular is able to do what they do as far as their finances go without their makeup only costing them pennies to produce. So something's weird there. In their brochures and stuff, they say like, oh, it's high quality makeup at drugstore prices, and it's like, I can't see a reality in which you made that truthful. Like, how did you make that work? I don't think they did, but I don't know the answer to that. The huns will probably make up an answer to that. Probably something about it being produced in Istanbul, but then at that point it's like, well, aren't there like customs and stuff you have to go through? Yeah, that's another thing. I don't know if they have a factory in the United States, but I know their hub is out in Istanbul. I don't know. There's just a lot of questions I have regarding that. Anyway, sorry. Long story short, the reason she wasn't successful in the other MLMs she joined is because she didn't get in on the ground floor, and statistically she fell into the 99%, like almost everyone else does every single time. It's very, very hard to make any sort of money in multi-level marketing companies, period. If you get in on the ground level, your chances are a bit higher because all the people that are going to come after you are going to be recruited underneath you, and that's how you know, I don't think I have to explain that to you. It's pretty obvious and easy to understand. Is pharmacy a scam company? Nope, in many ways. And then here she goes. She says, I don't carry inventory, no investment made into that. Well, you don't have to carry inventory in most of the MLMs out there either. So that's no different. That doesn't make pharmacy any different. There is a section in pharmacy's compensation plan that talks about personal retail sales, suggesting that, oh, you know, it might have been on their income disclosure statement actually. It says that the income provided on this income disclosure statement does not include personal retail sales of the consultant, meaning that they put in an order, a bulk order, and then held that inventory and resold it. That's what they're talking about, and obviously you can't show that on an income disclosure statement. However, say for example, if I made a bulk order like that and Valerie was my upline, even though, you know, that's not me making a sale, that's me making an order, Valerie's gonna get a chunk of that because I spent the money. I am a customer of pharmacy at that point, so that would be included in wherever she's at on the income disclosure statement. So in a way, yeah, actually that income is still shown there, just not by the person who actually resold it. Does that make sense? It's really confusing. Anyway, I don't make money off of recruiting people. Only time I do is if I help them make money. Well, listen, sweaty, that ain't true either. Now, they like to jump through loopholes. This is loophole language. What she means is when somebody signs up under me, pharmacy does not give me money for signing them up, which is true, but that person has to invest $20, which obviously is a small investment in MLM terms, but it's $20 nonetheless, on a starter kit. And then, you know, Valerie, as their upline, of course is going to try to get them to spend more, because if you want to be successful in a multi-level marketing company, you got to be a product of the product. You got to replace all the products that you're using in your life right now with pharmacy products, because no one's going to want to buy them from you if you don't use them yourself. If you don't go on Instagram every single day showing how you do your makeup and your skincare routine and whatever the fuck else pharmacy sells, like, you have to use the products, you have to show people that you're using the products, and you're not going to do that with a $20 starter kit. So of course Valerie's job is to get them to spend as much money as possible, and then she gets a cut off of what they spend. So therefore, in a more roundabout way, when she signs somebody up, even if they just spend that $20, she's gonna get a cut of that. So in a way, she makes money when they sign up. Do Do you see what I'm saying? It's not pharmacy saying, good job signing up a new person, here's $50. It's pharmacy saying, good job selling that starter kit, here's your commission. So yes, she does make money off of recruiting people. And then of course, as they continue to be in her downline, every sale they make, every purchase they make, she's gonna get a cut of that too. She would not be getting any of that money if she didn't have people beneath her that she had recruited. Do we see? This is what she's not telling you. This is essentially a lie by omission. And of course she says, the only time I do is if I help them make money. Well, you're helping yourself make money too. Of course, I don't make money off of recruiting people. And then right after that, she says, the only time I do make money off of recruiting people. Okay, well in the previous sentence, you just said you didn't. So you do. She's admitting it. Two sentences next to each other that totally just like juxtapose each other's points. Like, all right. And sure, yeah, that person's gonna make a sale and get 50% of that sale, but you're gonna get a percentage too. You benefit off of it. You recruited them. You're going to get money. Come on. Anyway, I make profit off of every sale, no matter how big or small. Congratulations. So does every other MLM. I fail to see where pharmacy is different so far. She's listing off these reasons why pharmacy is not a scam company, and all of these so far can be said from most other MLMs out there, and we've heard it be said by so many other huns out there. 0 reoccurring fees, one and only investment of $20. Well, that is only if you don't want to build a team, and if you don't want to build a team, you cannot realistically expect to make a living. If we go back to the post that she made with the whole like, just do 10 sales a day, 5 days a week. Okay, yeah, you're gonna make profit off of that sale. But if that's all you want to do, then sure, yeah, I guess you don't have to buy any more product, and you are just going to make money off the sale. However, the next one down, she says, I make far more money on my sales than commissions on my team, and that's how I like it. Now let me call her out here. I think what she's talking about is the fact that if she personally makes a sale, she will make a 50% commission. Now, if her downline makes a sale, she makes a smaller percentage of commission. So therefore, the percentage that she makes on her own sale is higher. However, in the grand scheme of things, I guarantee, and I can't look into her back office, so I don't know for sure, but I guarantee that if you were to look at where all the money is coming from on her end, it's coming from her commissions, her downline, her bonuses, which you only get from growing a team. There's no way, like if she was making $10,000 a month, I'm saying she probably makes a lot more than this, but 10,000 is just an easy number to explain. If she's making $10,000 a month, fucking bullshit. Don't tell me that $6,000 of that came from selling the product. There's no fucking way. And here's the thing, is that if we could call out every single hun and be like, okay, if you make more money from your sales, then prove it. If the amount of money in your paycheck is higher from when you make sales than what your downline is doing and your commissions from your downline and your bonuses, then fucking prove it. But have we ever once seen a hun actually produce a document that says, look, I made $10,000 this month, and you can see here that these were all my personal sales. And then this little chunk of money over here, that's the downline commissions I got. Those documents are few and far between. She is using very manipulative language here to be able to say, I make far more money on my sales than commissions on my team. Yeah, you make 50% every time you sell something. And every time your downline Susan sells something, you get, I don't know, let's just say 10%. I don't know what it is. You could say, yeah, 50% is far more money than 10%, but added up all together, that is not the case. She's got a huge downline and they're all doing this. So it's like, I call such bullshit. And if I'm wrong, listen, if you're watching this, Valerie, prove me wrong. I want to see a copy of your transactions that contributed to your paycheck. I want to see an itemized list of where all that money came from. And I know you're gonna say, that's ridiculous, I don't have to prove anything to you, and then fine. But I don't fucking believe you, and no one else should either. Until you produce proof that you are putting in all this work so that your paycheck is mostly product sales and not commissions from your downline and bonuses, until you can produce that, I am going to continue to argue against this point and call you a manipulative liar by omission. At the bottom, she says, you cannot, nor will you ever pursued me otherwise. Peace. Sorry, I've been ranting far too long. We are not even into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Let's go.
No, I'm not going to publicly share the account. It's an anti-MLM account. So no, I'm not going to publicly share the account. I just send them to the block party because honestly, I just don't have the mental care for them.
Something I wanted to bring up is that she keeps bringing up the block party, in which she says like, oh, I just block all the haters. I was personally interacting with her and calling her out for shit, and guess what? She never blocked me. You would think that out of everyone, I would certainly have been sent to the block party by now, but I literally checked yesterday and she never blocked me. I can guarantee that she probably didn't block a lot of people. So why, pray tell, are you sitting here bragging about how many people you've blocked, which isn't even like a sweet brag at all? Congratulations, information control. Want to talk about the bite model? The I in bite model stands for information control, and she's clearly just trying to keep herself from having to face reality. But then like the thing is that like since she's been in other MLMs, she knows how they work, and she fucking knows why this worked out for her. There's no way she is this dumb or cognitively dissonant. No matter how much money you're making, she had the experience in other MLMs in which she failed. I think she could honestly say why she failed in those ones and not pharmacy, but she doesn't. All this to say that I'm not blocked, and I think there's a lot of people who aren't blocked either, because she's trying to literally control the flow of factual information to her, and that's why uplines all the time are saying the same thing. That's why she's here on her story, information control. Duh!
They're claiming the post I made about the example of the money that you could make here just off of selling, which again has nothing to do with the MLM side of the business. This is strictly sales. That's what's so incredible about pharmacies. You don't have to build a team here at all. You could just be an influencer. You can just be an influencer. You can just be an affiliate, just like all of these other Instagram influencers, and sell the products, and you get 50% commission.
So what she's talking about here is affiliate marketing, which I know a thing or two about because I have affiliate codes, as do most YouTubers at this point and influencers. So here's the difference. It depends on the company, but my personal experience has been that most companies will give me an upfront fee to advertise for them. Sometimes I'll get commission if my code is used, and sometimes I don't. For the most part, I mean, I care that people are using my code because then it tells the advertiser, despite the fact that I'm not making commission off of that, it tells the advertiser that my advertisements are working, and they will be more willing to come back to me and give me that upfront fee to advertise for them again. That's how advertising works. Obviously, that's not how it is in MLMs, but in other circumstances in which I would receive a commission when someone uses my code with certain companies, yeah, of course it's nice to make sales and have that little extra tiny little bit of commission there, but that's it. I don't have to recruit people. I don't have to literally do anything. I don't have to have a team. And when I say I don't have to, it means like I can't. That's not part of affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing has nothing to do with recruiting people. When you start recruiting people, that's when it gets into an MLM. That's where the difference is. I don't give a shit about who else is trying to advertise this product to people. I don't give a shit. I got paid up front to talk about these companies. I hope you guys see what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be like, I don't care about anyone who advertises with me and uses my code, whatever. Like that, it's not that, because I'm obviously very appreciative every time you guys do, because the advertisers always come back when you do. But I am not then expected to recruit more people to also sell that product. That's the difference. You can't say, I'm just doing exactly. Okay, so if, for example, let's go back to her post here. Let's just say that this is a reality, all right? Now, in her defense, yes, this is an example of something that can be done hypothetically, all right? Hypothetically, and let me tell you why I say that, because this is such a high expectation. No one is doing this. She's not even doing this. What she's speaking about here is a year's salary. She is comparing $41,600 in a year's salary to 1 year of $120,000, which, by the way, it says 40% commission per sale, meaning every single one of those 10 sales she wants you to make in a day is $80, which is a lot of product to sell to someone in pharmacy because their shit is cheap. So what she basically wants you to do in this example is 10 times a fucking day, 5 days a fucking week, sell an entire makeup routine to 10 people every day. And then by the end of the year, if you do that, you have $120,000. This is all extremely hypothetical. Highest bar you could really possibly set for anybody. Nobody is doing this. Fucking tell me who is doing this. Find somebody in the world who is doing this kind of sales, because that person does not exist. Now listen, maybe there are people out there who did 10 sales one day. day. Great job. Maybe someone did make $200 or what would it be? $400 that day. Great job. Do you think they did that every single day for the rest of that week? Let alone every single week for the rest of that year? No, 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 no. Nobody is doing that. I mean, I want to say like find me one person who's doing it. Maybe there is one singular person, but I don't believe it. That is so many people. That's 50 sales a week. That's 50 people you have to sell to every single week. What does that add up to? Like over 2,500 people at the end of the year? Who knows that many people who are willing to spend $80 with them in an entire year? It is so unrealistic. Not impossible. The numbers say you can do this, but will you do this? It's not likely. It's extremely unlikely. I would be willing to say that you're more likely to get struck by lightning, sweetie. That being said, if you apply this to her argument, you don't have to build a team. You can make all this money and you don't have to have a team. Okay, sure. I guess hypothetically in some other reality, you totally could do this, but you won't. You will not. She will not. Her upline will not. Nobody's doing this to this capacity. And that's why I think this post got called out in the first place, because it's just unrealistic. It's manipulative. You know, if you really want to make $120,000 a year selling pharmacy, you could, oh, I don't know, recruit a shitload of people. How about that?
Literally, you could have no one underneath you. Okay? You could have nobody. No one. And you're going to make a minimum of 50% commission. There's no scamming people. Why is it a scam to sell somebody products? Isn't that what Amazon does? Isn't that what Target? Isn't that what literally the whole world revolves around, is people selling people things?
We don't say, and she knows this, she's not this stupid, but let me just say it out loud. We don't say that MLMs are scams because of the products. Now, I guess in certain situations, like if you were to say essential oils, like it works, skinny wraps and shit, like none of that stuff actually does what it's advertised to do. Norwex. There are a lot of companies that are just like, the business is a scam, the products are a scam, fuck that. This person is selling makeup. I do not believe that pharmacies' products are a scam. I believe that they perform as a cheap product should be expected to perform. Some better, some worse. That is not why any of us say that multi-level marketing companies are scams. And she knows this. We say it's a scam because people like you, Valerie, are going on your Instagram and posting, you can make $120,000 a year. And then when people sign up, they realize, oh shit, this is way different than I expected it was going to be. This is way harder. The bar is so high. I will never make $120,000 a year just strictly selling pharmacy. It's because you're selling this reality that is not actual reality. Well, if you just apply yourself and work really hard. No, unless you are someone who is already established on social media and you already, before you enter any MLM, you already have a huge following, then yeah, you're probably going to make a lot of money. But you know, why would you choose an MLM when if you have hundreds of thousands of people on Instagram following you, you don't have to go looking for affiliate programs. They will come to you. Trust me, they find you, and usually they can offer you a way better deal than any MLM. So it just doesn't make sense why anyone would look at the post that she made and be like, oh yeah, that seems doable. It's not. That's why it's a scam. Then what they end up doing, like I was talking about earlier, is that you have to be a product of the product. You have to replace all of your makeup that you use, all of your skincare, and whatever else they sell. You have to replace everything you already use in your life with their products. And I think pharmacy has over like 2,000 products or some shit. They have a lot of shit that you got to replace. So you're going to be going every single month and replacing your mascara, your lotion, your blah, 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 blah. How much money is that going to add up to? Now, here's what I was looking at yesterday when I was trying to film this video. So here is their compensation plan. And like I was mentioning earlier, no reoccurring fees. I guess I never really got to that point, huh? Sorry. I get off track a lot. The reoccurring fee that one could say is a thing is, you know, you have to be active in pharmacy in order to get commissions from your downline. And according to the compensation plan, you're considered active when you have a minimum of 125 personal volume a month. To earn commissions, you must be active with at least 125 PV, meaning $125 in sales. Now, PV, we look up here, personal volume, is defined as every time product is purchased from pharmacy, volume is generated. Volume from you and your retail customers' purchases on your pharmacy website is It's called personal volume. $1 wholesale equals 1 PV. So your PV can be made in one of two ways: outside customer purchases or your own purchases. So let's say, for example, if you make no sales that whole month and your downline generated all of this volume, and you're gonna get $50 commission from your downline, but no one personally made a purchase from you, you might feel obligated to go and make that $125 order so that you can receive your $50 paycheck. I mean, you can sit there and say, oh my god, that does not happen. Yes, it does. It happens in every MLM. It's called bonus buying, also referred to as rank buying, which we have seen examples of that in plenty of MLMs. So true, you don't need to be active in order to receive your own commissions, but if you have a team and they are generating volume and commissions and bonuses for you, you will not get them unless you have 125 PV. And the way you get that is either by selling shit or by buying shit. And guess what? If you're the one buying that 125 PV, guess who's getting a chunk of that? Your upline. That is where the scam comes in. That's why we say it's a scam. We say it's a scam because you go prancing all over social media, Valerie, talking about how you get to be home with your kids and you have this amazing life and all this shit. People see that and that's what they buy into. That's what they say, I want to be more like that. That's the life I want. I'm going to join Valerie and see what she's doing and be just like her. And the reality is that most people will not achieve the status that Valerie has. But it's so easy to create those expectations for yourself when Valerie is making posts like she did on social media, like, okay, you're working a 40-hour-a-week job when you could be doing what I'm doing and making 3 times as much money. It's like, no, they will not do that, and stop telling people that they can. You could work your ass off, but any average Joe does not know 2,500 people in a year. Even cut that shit in half, 1,250 people a year who make 2 purchases a year for $80. No one knows that many people who will do that. It is unreal. Like, money really caused some fucking cognitive dissonance in this one, you guys.
Like, how are you scammed into buying something from me? Oh, hey, buy this from me. And then I make money. They're so stupid.
Yeah, we're so stupid. But you're the one who's fucking sitting there, totally leaving out the factors in which you actually make the bulk of your money, and swimming through loopholes and trying to find a way to be able to say things so that you can say that's technically true, but it's misleading. You are a misleading person. The words you are saying are misleading. So, okay, maybe we're stupid, but at least we're not fucking liars. Also, we're not stupid. It's just like factual. It's like anyone who has even just a little bit of working brain cells, like farting around in your head, it's pretty easy to understand. Harder to understand when you're brainwashed, though. But I also don't believe that this person in particular is brainwashed. I believe she knows exactly what the fuck she's doing, which is not a good look.
So that was not an income claim. You can literally go look at the post. It's an example. If you sold 10 $40 sales a day, which if you can't sell $10 $40 sales a day, if you can't do that, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying you have to. Like, you don't have to. If you say you can't do that, then guess what? You're not going to do it. But you know what you could do? You could try.
You could try. You're not going to do it, though. Doesn't matter how fucking hard you try, you're not going to do it. Sorry. Hate to be a fucking negative Nancy, but no, you're not gonna do it.
It's up to you.
Okay, let me see that.
I've done more than that in a day.
I've done more than that in a day. Okay, but have you continued to do that every single day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year? Ooh, I made 11 sales in a day once. Okay, well, how many sales did you make the next day? 1? Oh, but your downline, they did a lot more than that. So manipulative.
I know I could even do more than that. I know people who far surpass those sales numbers that I gave an example of. So it wasn't an income claim at all. It was just an example of how you can earn money a year. 10 people a day. $40 sale.
Watch, I'm gonna make
there you go.
mad at me. Ready? Watch.
People are dumb.
People are dumb, but you're fucking living on a prayer, sis, and you're trying to convince other people to live on that same prayer, and it's just not a thing.
So my feelings aren't hurt. It was okay.
Her feelings aren't hurt, but look at the bar up here at the top and try to tell me that her feelings aren't hurt. She's got a lot more to say, but her feelings aren't hurt.
And yes, there was a whole YouTube made about me back in April.
Wasn't a whole
Again, it's okay. Because what's so funny is everything this girl put in the story was completely false information.
At this point, I'm not exactly sure what post she's talking about. If it's anti-MLM movements post or small anti-MLM angels posts, whatever it was, I don't recall seeing anything that was false information unless I missed something. But then again, with how into facts we are here in the anti-MLM community, I fail to see a reality in which someone in this community was just out there just spewing bullshit that wasn't true, because we kind of pride ourselves on the opposite of that. You know, I mean, I think we have a pretty firm grasp on how MLMs work, and pharmacy is really no different. So yeah, I call bullshit.
Literally everything. Everything. It's okay. And you can try to tear me down. That's okay. You can try to say that I lie and make up my health stories. That's okay.
She's gonna say here in a moment that she has heart issues, which obviously, if that is true, which I'm sure it is, why would you lie about that? In a makeup MLM, I can't imagine you feeling like you need to lie about something like that. You know, maybe in like health and wellness MLMs or like Beachbody or some shit, like maybe I could see someone feeling like they needed to make up some kind of health issue that they may have to be able to say like, look at these products work, look at what these products do for me. But in a makeup MLM, I don't think so. I didn't see a single person saying that her health conditions weren't real, but you know, maybe I just didn't see it. And if someone is accusing her of that, I think that's not the right thing to do, because I don't see a reason why she'd be lying about it. I just fail to see how that even ties into any of this.
You can try to say that I scam people. That's okay. Because the fact of the matter is, I don't. And like I said, I do believe that there's scam companies out there. Been there. I still get hey girl messages. Been there. I've never sent those out. I think it's gross. But it still happens. So I get like someone being burned by this industry 100%. Just like I know that people get burned by the corporate world.
Okay, so first of all, she admits that pharmacy is part of this industry. Okay, so it shares a lot of the same characteristics as all those other scam companies in this industry that she literally just said. Now, when she says people being scammed by corporations, this is a little harder to, I guess, factually believe, because at least if you are working for a corporation, you're making minimum wage. You are at least making money. So being screwed over by a corporation usually doesn't mean monetarily, like financially. Some corporations have terrible practices, workplace environments and things like that. Not to say that MLMs don't have that. I asked Greg Renfrew from Beauty Counter how her workplace situation is. The argument can be made for how, you know, minimum wage should be higher and stuff like that, so that people are at least making a living wage if they're working 40 hours a week, which I of course believe in, but a lot of people don't. We're not going to get into that because that's a whole other can of worms, and we don't need to argue about that now. But at least financially, you are making a paycheck if you're working on the bottom line for a corporation. The same cannot be said for an MLM. As a matter of fact, a majority of people on that bottom level of MLMs are not making any money, but many of them are still putting in 40 hours a week. Okay, I can see how people are burned by that industry. So you admit, like, we can continue here. Again, I really think this girl knows exactly what she's doing. I don't think that she just suddenly started making money and actually just got stupid. I think it started working out for her, and she saw that her success can actually be leverage for getting more people to sign up under her if she just sits here and manipulates people.
Like, you're gonna get burnt in any sort of job atmosphere, business building atmosphere, anywhere. Like, you can get burned in friendships.
You can get burned in friendships. Well, you're not going to have any real ones if you join an MLM. I'm sure you're used to being burned by friendships. If your friendships are all in your fucking MLM and you cut out all the real ones in your life.
This business isn't for everyone, but this business is for anyone. Anyone willing to put in the time and the effort and the consistency and the dedication. It's for you.
Yeah, you can do it, but you're not guaranteed success. You're almost guaranteed to not be successful.
But not everyone has that. Not everyone wants to do this, and that's okay. That's okay. Just like I don't want to go make a whole YouTube channel about bashing other people in the way they make money.
Her feelings aren't hurt, though. I mean, I didn't start making anti-MLM content to bash on people. My YouTube channel, I've had it since 2005, dude. Like, come on. The reason I started making anti-MLM content is because I was in 2 of them. When I left the second one, there really weren't videos on YouTube that I could have watched to warn me and spread the information that I then at that point knew. So I decided to make a video about about it, and oh, surprise, surprise, a lot of people flooded to that comment section and said, oh my god, I had the same experience with Lime Life. And so I just continued. And then it turned into what it is today, which is great, and I'm so freaking thankful for it. But the point is, I never feel like that I've been bashing anyone personally. It's always been about the companies. It has always been about educating people so that they can make an informed decision on whether or not to join these companies, with a strong bias towards not joining these companies. But anyone who can't see the logic and the reason why the anti-MLM community and content and Instagram pages and all that, anyone who can't see why those things exist, you can't argue with them. They are not living in reality. Their brains are not functioning the way they need to be able to understand the reason why we exist. It is not because we're all just sad people who like to pick on people. No, we are people from many different walks of life who all can think critically and logically about why these fucking companies are the worst. This chick would know because she's failed at plenty of them. Like I keep saying, I think that she knows. I think she's fully aware that the content that we make is not about bullying people. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for most of us in saying that that's not what we're here for. And that's certainly not what Isabella's here for. And that's what Valerie is talking about here. She's like, her channel is all about, well, that's the other thing too, is that Isabella doesn't just post anti-MLM stuff. So it's like, even then her whole channel isn't dedicated to anti-MLM either. So that's what I'm saying. Like these people, like her especially, like, it's all about me, poor me, I'm the victim. Wah! If you had just a shred of understanding things and just being able to have a critical thought, you wouldn't be saying the things that you're saying. And if you truly believe them, then money really brainwashed you, chick. Like, holy fucking shit.
I heard people on there telling that I don't even make any money over here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second. This chick is making buco bucks, but she's doing it off the backs of other people. She's doing it off of the losses of other people. Yeah, I'm sure you are making money, but you shouldn't be proud of the way you're making that money, though. Anyone who says this chick isn't even making any money, you're wrong. I'll tell you right now, she's making money, but it's not in the way that she wants you to think she's making money.
That's how you feel it's okay? Because I've already made more in 2021 than I did in 2020.
Oh, yeah. Except, yeah, you made that money off of fucking people over. Good job. I'm glad you're bragging about that. I convinced more people to join my team this year than I did last year, and therefore I'm making more money. Don't tell me you're working harder to get more sales this year than you were last year. Like, we know that's not true. If anything, you're probably doing less. Unless you think hopping on Zoom calls and hosting trainings is more work than actually selling the product. At this point, we should know that's bullshit too.
What I love about my company in general is that even if you didn't want to build a team, you just wanted to do social selling, you can do that here.
She's not wrong. You could, but you're not going to make a living without building a team. Hypothetically, you could. Realistically, you can't. Prove it to me otherwise. You fucking can't.
The reason I love building a team is because I get to help other women change their lives.
The only reason you love building a team is because you make more money the more people you build underneath you. Your paychecks are bigger with every person you sign up. And yeah, you probably are changing a lot of women's lives. The people who are losing money will probably never join an MLM again because they realize that they were duped.
I simply help them sell and build a business through social selling. That's it.
She knows that's not true.
And yes, that's life-changing. Because for someone like me, like, here are my 2 kids, okay? I'm having a bad health day. Again, shock of the century. My heart doesn't feel good. Shock of the century. And I'm still sitting here able to sell the products that I love. And I'm still here helping other women do the exact same thing. So you'll never, ever be able to persuade me that pharmacy is a scam company.
Again, she knows. She knows there's not a difference between pharmacy and whatever other MLMs that she joined. This is very manipulative. I would even say that this hun, out of all the huns I've ever covered here, you know, a point can be made for a lot of them to be like, oh, she's just brainwashed. She like truly believes this. With this chick, I can't say the same because she's company hopped before. She's a serial MLMer. Comparing pharmacy's compensation plan with any other MLM, sure, maybe the numbers are different. Sure, 50% commission is bigger than a lot of companies. Not all of them. Paparazzi's 45%, right? Ooh, wow, pharmacy does 50% and this company does 45. Pharmacy's so much better. We get a bonus when we hit this much PV. That company, you have to be this PV to be active, but this company, it's like those are very small things that just make up up, you know, an individual company, but all together, they're all the same. They run the same. Sure, the numbers might be a little bit different, but in general, they work the same way, and she knows this. And I think she is using what she does know about MLMs, literally the truth about MLMs, to her advantage to sound like she knows what she's talking about to people who don't know the truth about MLMs. Does that make sense? You see what I'm trying to say? She is so manipulative. It's like pretty upsetting, actually.
Because it's not. And if that's your opinion,
Watch, I will die.
everybody got one.
I mean, my opinion is based off of facts and statistics, and even, you know, pharmacy has an income disclosure statement now. When I made my pharmacy video, it didn't have an income disclosure statement for the United States anyway, because it had only been here for a year and a half. Same thing we see in every other fucking MLM. The numbers, the percentages, the statistics, it's all just the same as every other MLM. So maybe my opinion about MLMs, sure, you could say it's an opinion, but it's based off of factual evidence, off of numbers, off of math. Can't argue that shit.
Say all that to say, don't worry about me. I did send the account that made the post and apparently story about me today to the block party. I did report their posts for harassment and bullying, because it simply is that.
What she said here is why I went through and read the caption and the hashtags and stuff of that post, because fucking come on. You're gonna say that's bullying? Okay, the only thing I could see that would be maybe even misconstrued as bullying is the fact that they tagged you in it. And I, again, don't think that they should have done that. But the post as a whole didn't show anything that you didn't say yourself. And then the caption literally just said, like, I'm rolling my eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, is that bullying? Are you a victim of cyberbullying now because of that? It's like, girl, sit down.
And I'm just gonna move on. I got a lot of work to do. We're launching in Canada and Mexico in less than a month, and your girl has to get prepped because this coming Tuesday, I'm doing a training for our entire company. I'm so excited and so nervous at the same time. I don't really get nervous training my team, but training the entire company and every beauty influencer, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared, but I'm also really excited because
I mean, good for her, I guess, but like that adds no more legitimacy to her place in the company just because of that. Like, I think she thinks it does, because she's like, look at how successful I am. I'm clearly not a scammer. I'm about to train the whole company. That doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the fact that you literally are making money off of other people's losses, and you're totally aware of it.
I'm so excited. So I got too much to do to let any hater bother me.
She's got way too much to do to deal with our sorry asses, but no, she can sit on Instagram. She can sit on her couch on Instagram and just, I'm a victim. She got time to do that. Here we have that she posted a DM of someone bragging about making $100 in commission in a month, and she says that this is life-changing. An extra $100 is life-changing. An extra $100 can do a lot for some people. Would I say that's life-changing? Not for most people. I don't think so. An extra $100 a month, that's cool. That's not life-changing. Hi to all my new haters. I have a really fun block party. You can all hang out together. But she never blocked me. Remember, friends, you don't have to entertain the nonsense. Your time is far too valuable for that. Yeah, just block them. Information control. You don't need to hear their negativity, even if it's true. Oh my God. They don't hear themselves. They just don't hear themselves. And meanwhile, by the way, this whole situation with her was going on for like 4 or 5 hours. So she wants to say, you don't have to entertain the nonsense. She was there responding to people in the comments. And same thing with Isabella's video when she did the pharmacy video and then reacted to her at the end. This chick showed up in the comments and was arguing with people there. Oh, okay. But you don't have to entertain the nonsense. Just block them, right? I don't understand. Please help me understand. I think she's just projecting. Like, I see a lot of insecurity in this girl. And I'm no psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever you fucking call it. I feel like I just can read people well. And yeah, I see a lot of fucking insecurity here. I think it's because she knows what she's doing. Oh, and I guess another thing I was gonna say that I forgot to say earlier is that she was like, there was a whole YouTube video made about me. Well, there certainly wasn't before you made this Instagram story, and now Isabella has made one, and now here we are. You got 2 now, girl, that are all about you. You wanted to be able to brag about YouTube videos being made about you. Well, here you go. Your wish is my command, sweaty. But also shout out to my husband. He's my biggest fan and supporter, always has my back. I'm just gonna briefly touch on this. Her law enforcement husband showed up. Anti-MLM movement posted the pharmacy the income disclosure statement, which we see here, and tagged her, which again, I don't think that was the right thing to do, but it happened. But anyway, said, since Valerie can't seem to post any of the income disclosure statement from pharmacy website, here you go. Her income claims are wild compared to most of the company being at the bottom 2 levels. The proof is there. And then a bunch of hashtags. I'll leave the pharmacy income disclosure statement down below. You guys can look at it for yourself. But just know, for the most part, it's exactly what you expect it to be. It is exactly like we've seen before in other MLMs. But so on this post, Valerie's husband showed up. You want to talk about her not caring? Her fucking husband had to come in and defend her. So I already read the caption of this post to you, and literally the post is just the pharmacy income disclosure statement. Husband shows up and goes, I wonder how it feels to be so pathetic in life that you have to make a negative post about someone else. You're the human garbage type we don't need on the internet. If you couldn't find success, move on with your life and try something else. And then he also posted, but imagine if you applied yourself with something productive instead of something like this. You would probably be a lot happier. The point of the anti-MLM movement is pretty productive. We are productively engaging in activism, essentially. It's a pretty important cause, I believe, and most of us here believe. I mean, if you want to talk about how productive we are, you can ask Monet and the Florida State Attorney General. Our input has done a lot in that case. And I personally hear every day people commenting like, oh my God, I didn't know this company was an MLM. My mom buys from them all the time. Or like, oh my God, there's an Herbalife cafe down the street and I didn't even know it was an Herbalife cafe. You know, it's stuff like that. We are being productive. And what's even funnier too is that in response to one of these comments, basically anti-MLM movement said like, I don't like companies that scam people. And he said, cool, I don't either. I can't stand companies that scam people. I watched my wife get scammed for several years with numerous companies before she found this one. Not one other company was profitable. So I get what you're saying, but you're wrong about pharmacy. And Valerie, nothing is misleading here with this one. He says this on a post where the income disclosure is right fucking next to the comment. Nothing misleading here, except it's here in fucking black and white and red and pink. Like, it's right there. How misleading this shit is. Come on. This poor guy, he don't know anything. He don't know what he's talking about. All he knows is that his wife joined several MLMs before pharmacy. The timing was never right. She fell into the 99% just like everyone else does and wasn't successful, wasn't profitable. Here he is admitting that. But no, suddenly pharmacy is different because she got in on the ground level and surprise, surprise, made money because she got the timing right. That doesn't mean that pharmacy is any different. We see that in every MLM. People who got in early are statistically more likely to be successful. So he's just here like just talking out of his butthole. Basically, he's just sitting here admitting that, you know, he doesn't care that what she's doing is unethical because she's making money off of it. But I also don't know if he even knows. He probably just knows what his wife is saying. It's like, oh yeah, honey, you're making money? Yeah, you say it's not a scam. It's not a scam. My wife wouldn't scam anybody. Like, okay, keep doing what you're doing. I bet that's the extent of it. Like, I really don't think this husband has a clue. Because let's put it this way. If I started making money and supporting our family by scamming people, do you know what my husband would do? He would pull me aside and be like, Savannah, knock it off. You are a better person than this. You can do so much more with your life. You do not need to be scamming people. That being said, you know, I've been with 2 MLMs. I don't know if he knew the extent of them when I joined them. He certainly does now, because I talk to him about this shit all the time. I feel like if we both knew back then what we know now, it's not a matter of being like my husband wouldn't be supportive. It would be a matter of my husband saying, this is not a good look for you. This is not good for our family. This is not good for you. This is not good for your friendships, your relationships. Please, I'm asking you as someone who cares about you, don't do this. That's what a good husband should be doing. But no, instead, this husband's just like, sure, honey, I'm gonna go be a cop. You sit at home and watch the kids and just do whatever, I guess. And then she started making money and he's like, oh shit, off of one of those MLM companies you're always joining? I mean, it's beneficial to us now, so keep going. Go ahead. And it's like, instead, he should have talked her out of this shit a long time ago, especially if she joined several companies before and none of them were profitable. I mean, I guess if you have an excess amount of disposable income, I guess it really doesn't matter to families like that, but maybe it did to this family and he just didn't say anything. Either that or he's part of the facade too. He's just playing dumb. That's just how I think that relationship should be. It shouldn't be a matter of enabling people because you love them and you don't want to make them mad. When you care about somebody, I feel like it is your duty to try to talk them out of bad decisions. And I know being on the receiving end of that sucks. I've been there plenty of times. You just have to come around to the point where you're like, I have to listen to what these people are saying and try to understand why they're saying this. And that's what's going to make you a better person. That's what's going to make you a more critical critical thinker, more aware of what's going on around you. I think that's really important in relationships. Clearly, this guy is just an enabler. Anyway, there's so many comments of him just bitching at people on this post, and then we can go back to Valerie's story, but yeah, she's just like, he's my biggest fan. It's like, no, you've either brainwashed him into thinking that you're right and the rest of the internet is fucking wrong, and also that he can throw people in jail for cyberbullying you, or he actually does know what you're doing and he doesn't care that it's unethical because you're making money. Neither of which are a good thing. He's either set fully in reality and doesn't give a shit, or he does not live on this planet with you, Valerie. There's some more screenshots here of messages of people bragging about how much money they made. Oh, this is that same person actually who said they made $100 and she said it's life-changing. This right here can't tell me otherwise. It's like, it's $100, calm down. I don't want to downplay how important $100 would be to people, but like, calm down. Oh, this is the post that I said that Nikki deleted. This is the post that Nikki reposted and everyone was talking to Valerie on it. She said, remember this, they must be extremely broken and miserable to center their life around bashing and hating others. It's a them problem, not a you, but feel free to send them to the block party so they can be miserable together. Yeah, we're all so fucking miserable. Activism really makes people fucking miserable. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just broken. I'm broken as fuck. Even if I was broken, considering what I do, wouldn't you be able to blame MLMs on it? Like, hello? And the rest of us, really? Because a lot of us have been in MLMs too. Anyway, again, I don't center my life on hating others. I don't hate anyone in an MLM. I hate MLMs. I hate what it does to people. I hate what it has done to you. Chick, never met you, will never know you. That's fine. I would say that I center my life on trying to help others not fall into the company that you are trying to center your life around pulling people into so that you can make money off of them. That's what it is. And I feel very strongly about that. Anyway, yeah. So Nikki reposted this and there was just a whole slew of comments. Valerie was in there just talking all this shit. Okay. Now what she posted here, I saw this on her profile. Like, I saw it with my own eyes. I don't think this is cool. Basically, she made a post on Instagram about how great pharmacy is, and I would say fairly well-known anti-MLM account commented, doesn't even look good. I think that's uncalled for because first of all, the picture's fine. Like, I don't think the picture looks bad. And like I've said personally, I think pharmacy does make some decent stuff. It's not great, but some of the makeup works just fine. I just don't think that this kind of behavior is necessary. So to anyone who's in the anti-MLM community who's watching this and has just left a comment like this on a Huns picture, having not been provoked in any way, I think that's wrong. I don't think we should be doing that. Because this here, that's a personal attack and it has nothing to fucking do with what she does for a living and with the reason why you're probably following her in the first place. Listen, I have a lot of respect for this account because of the stuff they post and the awareness they bring to the movement, but I do not agree with this comment. I don't think it should have been left, and it clearly is giving her more fuel to fire back at us with by being like, I'm being bullied. Because at this point, I would say that, yeah, that kind of is a cyberbully thing there. That's not cool. Don't fucking do that shit. Talking to all of you. If you've ever done this to a Hun, don't fucking do it. Even if they provoke you, try to keep the personal shit out of it. Keep it about the cause. Keep it about the facts. Keep it about the movement, not about personal attacks. Ooh, that's good. Keep it about facts, not personal attacks. Next t-shirt. Just kidding, I'm not doing that.
This is why I say block them. Because when someone has a strong opinion about something, for instance, me, you're not going to persuade me that who I am, my heart, my specific company, my leadership, and my team, you're not going to convince me that what I'm doing is wrong.
Because you already know what you're doing is wrong, you just don't care, clearly.
Because I know what is wrong. I have been wronged. I have been scammed. I have been burned.
Right, so therefore she knows the difference. Or lack thereof, I guess. There really is no difference. She is literally just sitting here doing what other people have done to her in the past to other people now. It's the same shit.
That's one reason I was leaving this industry before I found my company. So you're never going to persuade me that what I'm doing is wrong, because it's not. The reason I say block them is because just like you're not going to persuade my opinion, you're not going to persuade somebody else's opinion when they're steadfast in their ways. And most of the time, it's rooted in emotion. So when someone has coming at you with hostile and hate, It's because they have a deep emotion of hurt or have been burned in the past.
Is it possible that some of these people, their emotions come from the hate and the burn that they have received in multi-level marketing? That's not for everybody. Some people just bully because hurt people hurt people. That's such a live, laugh, love thing to say, but you know what I'm saying? I get hate comments all the time. I get it. And I feel like personally, if you make personal comments about the way someone looks or the way someone talks or just shit that they cannot control, yeah, I mean, I agree with what she's saying. I'm like, that's a sad person. That's a broken person. They have been hurt in the past, so now they're projecting. I do not think that also applies to being against multi-level marketing companies. She wants to be able to use examples defending her shit, but we can't use examples defending our shit. Like, our example a lot of times falls onto the shit they say. Like, if you don't want to be used as an example, then don't post shit publicly where you're literally wrong. You're obviously scamming people and you're obviously manipulating people. Anyone with eyes can see that shit. And even if you don't have eyes, you can hear that shit. And even if you don't have ear, you know what I'm saying.
So they're coming at you out of hurt. That is their emotion. I'm coming out of it with love. That is my emotion.
Oh, this whole thing has been about love this whole time? Love for who? Money? You're coming at this with your love for money. That's what it is. Maybe coming at it with greed. How about that? You were certainly not coming at anyone with love in those comments, honey. I mean, devil's advocate, and also, like, I get it. Maybe if I was on the receiving end, if I was being tagged in shit and being, like, yelled at for being like, hey, answer to this shit, I probably wouldn't have stayed quiet either. Unless I was out there being like, I don't care about the haters, whatever, just block them. She clearly didn't do that. She engaged with people for like hours, so whatever. There's a lot of hypocrisy here. Why can't we all just get along? Just love each other.
I love what I do because it has changed my life, and it has changed the women's lives that are surrounding me, and so on and so on. I will say to block it, not to not own up to your shit, as they like to say, or not own up to or be accountable for what they think I'm doing wrong. No, I will block you because of the now 10 death threats that I have received in my inbox.
About that, we'll see an example of what she thinks a death threat is in a minute here, because she posts a screenshot of a DM she got and says it's a threat. We'll get into that in a second. But guys, she did not receive death threats. I don't think this girl knows what a fucking death threat is. Now listen, if she did, that's fucked up, and the person who sent a death threat to her, you should be ashamed of yourself. However, I do not believe that she did. I think that this is a narrative that a lot of huns like to push just to make people feel bad for them, being like, oh, that poor person, they're being bullied, people are threatening their lives. It's like, I have never seen an example of someone doing that in this community. In the however many years I've been doing this, I've never seen a single screenshot. I've never seen proof that they have received death threats from the anti-MLM community or someone who considers themselves to be anti-MLM. She was so willing to post a screenshot of what she considered to be a threat in a few minutes here, which was not a death threat or even a threat by any means, I don't think. But if she did receive 10 actual death threats, fucking put them on blast, because you know what? They deserve it. What are they gonna do? Fucking sue you? I don't think that they have a case to be made. Like, if I went and I sent someone a death threat and then they blasted my name out there and said, this is the DM of what this person sent me, I have no legs to stand on to be like, that's it, I'm calling the cops on you. Like, for what? Like, you're the one who fucking sent me a death threat. It's just stupid. I'm like, if those death threats existed, fucking share them. And every hun who always says, I always get death threats, funny how they never want to show it. I think that those people deserve to be shamed publicly for doing that shit. If you got death threats, fucking share them, dude. Tell us who in this community is that big of a fucking douchebag, because I want to make sure that they are aware that what they're doing is fucked up, and I don't want to claim them as a member of this community at all. And I think most of us will agree with that. They will absolutely be shunned from this community if we find out who it is. But somehow they never want to show that person's name.
It's useless. It's pointless. There is no need. And that's just 10 death threats, along with people attacking my posts, telling me how ugly I am, which, like, I don't care. Like, you think I'm ugly? Hi, or how are you doing? I don't care. Okay? Your death threats don't bother me.
I really don't think that those death threats exist. I don't believe it. 10 of them, no less. Come on. She's just trying to play the victim. And if she actually did receive death threats, then that fucking sucks, and let's do something about it. Otherwise, I call bullshit, and I think this is just another manipulation tactic.
It's been sent to the authorities. No issue with that. But you, my fellow sisters and community, you don't need to put up with anyone being negative, specifically people who don't know you. Now, if your best friend is coming to you with concerns for potentially, let's talk about the business here, okay? Your best friend, Brittany, is coming to you because she's concerned that you've joined a company and she's afraid that you're going to be scammed, burned, all of the things, okay? Don't block her.
Sorry,
have a conversation with her. Okay, say it's your sister, your mama, your cousin, your Aunt Karen, I don't care. Have a conversation with them.
Yeah, but you're only going to want to continue that conversation if you can get them to agree to enable what you're doing, right? The moment these people come to you with those problems and they say, I really wish you wouldn't do this, you know, if you can't convince them otherwise, then it's just, you're attacking me, just support me, love me, What good would that do? For people who want to see the best for you, if it's your mother, if it's your sister, it doesn't fucking matter who it is. You should probably at least consider why they're saying what they're saying. Most of the time, these people are just too far gone to talk any sense into, but when she says this, like, oh, don't block them, just have a conversation with them. Well, if you can't convince them otherwise, then block them, right? Because then they're suppressive. That's how relationships get ruined in these companies all the time.
But when it is someone, a troll on the internet, that you don't know, that they don't know you, block them.
Again, most of the time this isn't about personal attacks. So this is just another example of these people being like, these people are all trolls and this is all about you. They hate you. And it's like, no, we don't.
It is not worth your time coming on here and advocating to you all that you're not alone. Coming on here advocating to all of you that you're not alone with haters, whether it's the way you apply your makeup, whether it's your eyebrows. Lord knows I get a lot of those.
I like her eyebrows. I know her face is blurred, but I wish I had eyebrows like her. Of course, I wish I had eyebrows in general, but trichotillomania took those away from me. That aside, I don't think anyone should be bashing this girl. I know she's using a filter on her face, probably uses a filter on all her pictures, but I still don't think she's ugly by any means. I mean, she's naturally pretty. People who have sent her shit about her being ugly, like, can you fucking stop? If you're one of those people and you're watching this, can you fucking not do that? It's counterproductive and it's just rude, no matter who it is. Stop doing that shit.
Your lipstick color, your body, the fact that you're in this industry. Yeah. No matter what the hate's coming from, period, block them.
Take your own advice.
It's not worth your time. Your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable. It's precious. And haters that have nothing to do with your life and you personally don't deserve you. And hello, my haters. I pray that you find joy and healing and something that lights your soul on fire.
We already found that. It's called the Anti-MLM community. Listen, I've met a lot of great fucking people through this community. The difference is with you, when you can say the same thing, Valerie, is that if you leave pharmacy, all those people that you think you made friends in aren't going to be your friends anymore. Now, if I went and joined Monet, I can't act surprised if people don't want to be my friend anymore. I'll just continue here. I don't need to say anymore. Ugh, some funny shit.
Because you trolling people on the internet that you don't know, you must be so miserable. You must be so miserable in your life to do that. Because even when I see things that makes my panties in a bunch, okay, makes me so angry. Even when I see that, I am happy and who I am, and I scroll along.
Yeah, you have money.
Okay, I see people doing stuff that I'm like, that is stupid. That is dumb.
Minecraft.
Yeah. When I see people doing stuff that I don't agree with, that I think is a dumb choice, I scroll along.
Fine, but if that dumb choice includes literally making money off of the backs of other people, that's not something worth just like scrolling past. Fucking say something, because that's not okay. If your choices only affect you and no one else around you, do whatever you fucking want. I don't care, you're an adult. If your choices affect anyone else but you got a family that you're about to bring into debt. You got friends and family who you're gonna be suggested that you remove from your life for being suppressive and non-supportive. It's just so obvious. Oh, okay.
And if you have dedicated your entire social media platform on hating somebody that you don't even know.
Again, not about hating somebody. It's about hating the companies and what they do to people. And I hate pharmacy for what it has done to you. Maybe you're a wonderful person outside of pharmacy, but I fucking hate pharmacy for making people feel like they have to go on Instagram stories and defend themselves for 10, 11 minutes straight. Defend the decisions they're making to literally take money from other people. Well, at least this person can say, well, they get product in return for their money. I mean, yeah, that's how they get around being considered a pyramid scheme by the FTC. Like I always say, products are just a beard. That's how they're able to get through all those loopholes, right? And even sometimes they're still not successful at it. Just talk to Herbalife and Advocare about that. So far, pharmacy has not gotten the attention of the FTC to the point that they're being fined and forced to change their business structure. But the truth is that the FTC doesn't really have a big enough task force to handle every single MLM. If they did, I really think that things would be different, although there is a lot of money in lobbying from MLMs. There's a lot of political power in MLMs. There's a lot of people in politics and in places of power who benefit from MLMs continuing to stay open. So when you have lobbying groups, it makes it harder. A good example of that is the DeVos family with Amway. Betsy DeVos, obviously, being part of the Trump administration, had a lot of power. She got ties to politics and people in her family had ties to politics, and the family also co-founded Amway. So we can actually look back to 1979 and thank Amway for the way things are now. It's Amway's fault. And there was a lot of money involved in it too that was also politically charged. It really set the pace for the way things are today.
You must be very miserable and very hurt and very broken.
I'm so sad.
So I truly mean it when I say I'm praying for you.
No, you don't.
A bless and release. On that note, I'm gonna go enjoy my time with my kids and
About
my
time.
team and my girls,
It's about time.
regardless of what anybody says.
Here, she's posting a screenshot of a comment that was left on that post, which, I mean, at this point, I feel like the whole people comparing the Watts family murder case to Thrive and MLMs, it's a bit of a stretch. Probably does play a little bit of a part in there because there was a lot of, you know, debt in that family, and I think a lot of it probably did come from the involvement in Thrive, but we don't know that for sure, and I also think it's just kind of a shitty comparison to make. I think the person who made this comment didn't come at it in a hateful way. I think that they are just a little bit misguided in the way that these situations should be handled. But basically, to be clear, the only part of this I don't really agree with is the last sentence where it says your husband will leave you as Chris Watts left Shannon, or Shanann? Wasn't it pronounced differently? I don't know. Because of the debt. We should know this isn't gonna happen, especially since her husband is out here like being your biggest fan. I do specifically even agree with when they say that you've fallen victim to this MLM. Yeah, she has, but she came out of it in the top 1%, so she doesn't see herself as a victim. I still see her as a victim, even though she's successful. If something kept her in MLMs as long as it did, because she's been in multiple ones. Sorry, Itty is here now. So yeah, I mean, I think she was really a victim of the whole mentality. Listen, I don't handle every situation perfectly either, but I think things like this especially is just like, okay, now it's a stretch. These people stretch all the time. We don't want to be on their level. After this, she posts, be a light for all to see. Let's fill my stories with some positivity. What is one positive thing your business has done for you? And then she said, when the girl gang rallies, love you all. Yeah, one last thing here. I think this is pretty much the end of what I wanted to talk about today. But so she posted a screenshot of a threat that she got from the MLM boss babe, who is a wonderful Instagram account that posts a lot of great stuff. To be fair, again, you know, I don't necessarily think that we need to be sending messages like this, but, you know, if we want to act unbothered, like, again, let's not make it about the scammer. Let's make it about the company that is influencing them to scam. But anyway, that being said, this message was sent, and MLM Boss Babe said, I can't imagine using my business page to claim that I'm not bothered by haters, but then make a 50-story post about how not bothered I am. True. On a business page where customers might see it. Jesus. This is a good point, and, like, I didn't really think about this, but yeah, like, if I was running my own business, I wouldn't want to put this kind of look out there. If she's really selling products the way that she says she is, if her income is based on being professional and selling products, like, this is not a cute look, and most normal businesses would not do this. Also, we both know you didn't get 10 death threats, so cut the shit. You're not a victim of anything. I disagree. I think she is a victim. Send me to the block party, but just know that you're now on my radar. And then she said, know that that you're on my radar is in fact a threat. It's like, really? If this is what you consider to be a threat, then maybe you did get 10 death threats. Like, what the fuck? This is one of many I received today. Sure. We obviously know what the MLM boss babe meant when they said that. Basically like, hey, you're a hun that I know exists now, so maybe stop posting dumb shit and I'll stop exposing you on my Instagram page. That's pretty much what she was trying to say, but she took it as like, you're on my radar. I have this radar that's only just tracking you and your movements. I'm like the government, just like tracking your every move. I know where you live. I know where, like, it's like she did not say any of that, and that's not what she meant. But oh no, it's a threat. Ooh, what are you gonna do? Watch all my Instagram stories? Oh, I'm scared. I suppose maybe you could make that argument. Oh, she's threatening to watch all of my Instagram stories. Like, well, it wouldn't be such a big deal if you would just stop behaving unethically. How about that? Also, yeah, here's just some more confidence. Ooh, yeah. Oh, got me out of depression. Oh, sure, pharmacy did that. So that's it. That's the situation. Again, check out Isabella Lanter's video. She can kind of go in on a lot more of the details. I just wanted to provide my commentary on the situation because I just felt like this was such a shit show. Just a sad example of what MLMs do to people and how they really just change their perspective. Even more so what money does to people. I think this is a clear example of that, and it's just a sad thing. Someone who has experienced loss from an MLM can then turn around and do this the moment that they got the timing right and money finally is in their wallet. It's sad. Anyway, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And hey, if we know anything about Valerie, she will certainly be in the comments threatening all of us with her cop husband. So keep an eye out for that. Depending on how hardcore she goes in the comments, if she goes hardcore in the comments, I might just delete her comments just to protect her identity, because literally she's just asking for more fucking drama. I really would rather this just be about the anti-MLM community really triggers these huns. Like, here's an example about how fucking scared they are, about how upset they are about our existence. I think it's an important thing to highlight here. So with that being said, I have to look at the calendar here. So by the time this video comes out, it's not going to be the end of the month yet. So you still have a few more days if you want to get in on what I'm doing for my postcard level patrons this month. So as of August 1st, for the month of August, you know, I usually will send out postcards to people who are in this tier, but this month I am hand painting a rock for you. Also, if you are one of these people who are in this tier, I did send you a message on Patreon, so make sure you see it because I will gladly paint whatever you want on this rock. Just let me know what you want. Some of you have just said, I don't care, just send me whatever. Just whatever you think is pretty or cool or cute. Some of you are like, I like animals, I like this color, I like the, you know, let me know. I'd be happy to paint whatever you want on your damn rock, okay? I'm just having a lot of fun. That's what I've been saying. I turned 30 and now all I do is paint rocks now. So that's my life now. So yeah, if you want to get in on that, you got a few more days. Make sure you are a patron of mine in the postcard tier by the end of July. So I think by the time, because Patreon will bill on August 1st. So as long as you are in that tier before August 1st, make sure you have your address all set up in Patreon and I will send you a hand-painted rock from yours truly. I'm very excited. Any reason for me to paint some motherfucking rocks is a good reason for me. Otherwise, if you don't want to support me on that level, you can support me on lower levels. Everyone gets access to our private Discord server. That's honestly the best way to ever reach me. Instagram really gets flooded, but on Discord, if you tag me and stuff, I will always see it. It's an easy way to reach me, but also it's a great community. I love every single person who is in that Discord, who is active in that Discord. It is such a sweet, loving, supportive community. Also, if I'm able to get a video out to you guys early, I will do that. I give you guys early access. Sometimes you'll get merch codes. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can either go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie or you can click the join button below this video. They're both the same. Just whatever platform you want to support me on the most is fine. And then, yeah. But it's time to thank those people who are so supportive of me. So the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Ashley Brown, Amanda Shannon, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Leanne, Lydia Jane Crichton Byers, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Victoria Weiser, Alice W., April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Katrina Rosemarick, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Laudercratic, Evan Adler, Jerry Duncan, Heidi Ha, Julia Wheeler, Kelly Creffield, Kim Cartwright, Laura Lynn Martin, Maddie Darley, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Tuesday the 13th, Lesbian Plantasy Liz, Tiffany Brust, Jay Marie, Auntie Lou, Vamp Faye, Fallon Lowry, Sabrina Franklin, and Julia Nieberdowski. And to the rest of my fabulous patrons, thank you so much for being here and for being you. Even if you're not a patron, this video is probably pretty long too, just like last Thursday's video. Thank you for making it to to the end of this video. I appreciate it so much. Keep making waves, babes. I'll smell you all later. Mommy Tsunami out.